Just a sample of the action.
You see, now that's an action sequence. There is force and energy and action in that sequence. And, of course, then there are the dialogue sequences.
But, you know, that's the great thing about the Star Trek series is you get special effects in lots of movies. You don't get those characters, and we know them, and it's fun to see them doing
I
that.
appreciate that. That, of course, was one of the dialogue sequences,
Yeah.
and there are many action sequences.
That's true. Yeah,
that whip you around emotionally.
And leave you just spent. And feel that you spent that money very well. Yes. Now, are you, did you get in trouble? It was a couple of years ago when you were on, what was it? Was it Saturday Night Live when you did a sketch about being at a Trekkie convention? You ended up berating the people there saying, don't you have anything better to do with your lives? And I know it was satire.
Satire.
But did you get any heat for that from Trekkies? And is it nice of me to bring it up again?
Well, you know, you come on this show and they prepare you. They ask you questions. And here, they say, well, here's the questions we're going to ask. What are your... And none of your questions
That's right.
have followed the pre-show examination.
It's a trap. It's a ploy. It's a sham.
Exactly. You come in with a sense of forced relaxation and you immediately get tense. Okay. Now, you want the truth about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I got into a lot of trouble.
You have to get
Generally, I deny it, but on your show, I might as well tell the truth. Yes. People have attacked me on the street. What do you mean, get a life back?
But it was done in fun.
Yes, of course. I'd be lying on my back as they stomped on my face, saying, it was done in fun.
Okay. Well, listen, we'll take another break, and when we come back...
Another break?
Yeah. Well, we sometimes, we don't want to keep this hilarity going for hours. We'll just wear the audience out. We have to take a break, and then we'll come back, and we'll pick it up, maybe with something that you thought we'd talk about.
Now,
yeah, all right. And we'll talk more with you, and Tina Yothers is coming out, and lots of fine folks. So stay with us, and we'll be right back with Mr. Shatner. We're here with William Shatner. Now, it's not enough that you're an actor and a director. Now you're an author. Is that the deal?
You know, they can't hit a moving target.
Is that it?
In September, a book that I wrote called Tech War will be coming out.
It sounds science fiction-y.
T.J. Hooker in the future sometime, 50 years from now, another policeman. Interesting book, I think, a fun book.
Yeah, it's a novel. Now, you said, what made you decide to sit down in front of a typewriter? That's hard work.
It's very hard work. It's the most lonely. Well, I was on this film for a long time, actually about 3 years, and we sat out strikes and schedules and things like that, so I had a lot of time. And I worked with another writer very closely, although my name appears on the flyleaf. My daughter wrote a book called The Making of Star Trek V, which is out on the newsstands, on the bookstands right now. So I think that's an interesting, fun book to read.
Yeah. Now, someone handed me this picture during this commercial break, and you care to explain this? You're with a pal of yours here.
Well, I was sitting down in the chair, and they had made a wax statue at the wax works. So they put this the white shirt wax statue, and I sat down in the chair in the yellow shirt.
No, come on. Which one is really you? The one on the one
in the yellow shirt is really me. Made up.
No, come on. You're just playing with me. You're toying with me. You're tugging at me.
Are you spent?
Yes. I assume this is one of these wax museums, or just like something in your den. That's what you did. Where was it?
It gets warm, and the statue keeps falling in my den. And,
quick, help! Bones is melting.
It's somewhere in the waxworks, and they posed me beside it. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, that's actually it's
a little eerie.
It's a lovely picture.
It's a sign of your own death, actually. Come to think of it.
No.
I'm looking at that, and that's what you must look like when you're lying there.
You're a depressing human being.
I know.
Listen, it's great having you back. Congratulations on number 5. Now, one final question.
Yes.
The word "final" is in the title.
Yes.
The Final Frontier. Does that mean
no more than what you said about it being a final question?
So it was just the title had no particular bearing.
You see, there's another question. Right?
I see. Good point. Yeah. So there'll be a 6, a 7, an 8.
I hope
so. Star Trek 19, The Grandparents. It'll be wonderful. It'll be great. Great to see you, Bill. Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, all over the place. And we shouldn't forget 911 on CBS. William Shatner. Thank you, sir. Nice seeing you. Take care. You know, one of the reasons that character works so well is he has a good sense of humor about it and doesn't take it all too seriously. Sure. So we don't have to do that either. Should we bring someone else out?
Let's do it.
You know, later in the week, by the way...
Let's just you and I sit here for a half an hour.
How long do you think people would put up with that if we just sat here like the entire show and just talked about our day? I think we've...
About a half an hour.
Let's see. Is tomorrow Friday? The Monkees are going to be here. Is that true? Are all of them going to be here now? At least three. What about Mr. Naismith? Will he be joining? We're not sure about that. Well,
That
anyways,
would be quite a reunion, wouldn't it?
yes, it will. We'll have some monkeys here. We're not sure whether the entire breed. What is a group of monkeys?
Herd.
Herd of monkeys. Also, Denny McLean will be here. We'll talk about. He's an interesting fellow, and I'm sure he'll have something to say about the world of gambling and Pete Rose. In addition to lots of baseball talk. Next Tuesday night, the 4th of July, Engelbert Humperdinck, plus the youngest governor in the country, Evan Bayh of Indiana. Anita Baker's here next Thursday night.
Is he younger than you?
Who?
Governor Bayh.
He probably is.
How does it feel to have a governor younger than you?
Thank you very much. Well, on that note, let's bring Tina out here, who played Jennifer on Family.